What's the haps? I'm Raccoon. Welcome back to a WildStar walk. We're here in, where the heck are we? We're in Grimvault, that's what it is. I mean, there's a lot of the world's kind of a Grimvault-y kind of place. It's part of the endgame stuff. It's where we first start coming across... We first start getting involved in the endgame stuff, where the strain happens and whatnot. Look, it's all plaguey and gross. Yeah. You meet the strain kind of around level 40, it's just around level 45 kind of zone. And yeah, this is where you first kind of really start getting involved in it, where the sort of endgame story starts to begin to unfold, as it were. We're at the final stand, which is the final stand. It's not really, there's a lot more camps further on where they're making other stands. This is the final. You can see kind of the edge of the wall of the big thing that's supposed to be containing the plague. It's so huge you can see it from the overview map. Yeah. That's kind of this is the center of it all, and then all of this is plague, and then there's a big wall across here, and yeah, that's where we're trying to contain it, and it's not going very well. You can kind of see it's sort of seeping through the wall a bit. Yeah, it's not going terribly well down that route. Am I heading in the right direction? I kind of am. Yeah, there's a path here that I want to be on. I'm going to walk down this bit of land, and I'm going to go for a bit of a swim, very briefly, hopefully, if I don't sort of splatter myself across the surface of the water with the impact velocity. I should hopefully go okay, I think. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the whole swarmy, gross, slimy body horror kind of thing, so we're going to go through the bit that's more sort of tundra-ish. Is this a tundra? I feel like it's tundra. It has trees, maybe it doesn't quite classify as a tundra, but it reminds me a lot of Borean tundra from World of Warcraft, so that was always a kind of a pleasant-ish zone. Lots of shrubbery and sort of Arctic kind of feeling going on. That sort of thing. It's nice. It's nice is what it is. Anyway, let us talk about the WildStar news. Not that I've had to catch up on it pretty quickly, to be fair. I actually haven't played much of this game at all in the last month. I don't think I've played it at all since the last video I did, actually, if I'm honest. Which means I totally missed the fact that the Heroes Evolved update landed. The last time I talked about a lot of what was coming up, and I said, oh, it's coming soon. TM. I didn't realise quite how soon, to be honest. Turns out pretty soon. It was like a couple of weeks later. Maybe even just a week later, actually, after I talked about it. So, yeah, that's landed. All the things I said were happening have happened. They've added some new things. A lot of it's in the shop. Most of it is features that you purchase. They're just obviously trying to get a few more microtransactions out of you, and obviously some of them, a lot of them can be purchased without spending real money. You can buy it for your Omnibits, but in a lot of instances, obviously, in fact, in all instances, you can obviously shortcut it by throwing your money at the screen. If you sort of take a big wedge of money and rub it against your monitor, you will have extra content and unlocks and things in WildStar. So that's fun. I'm just going to take the high route, so I'm avoiding the big bull down there. He can see me. I don't want to fight him. So I did mention one of the things that it doesn't involve microtransactions was that Arcterra would be getting better gear. It's basically the gear that you already unlocked. They've added a thing to it so that if you spend some more of the Arcterra kind of local currency, as it were, you can upgrade the item level of... Uh-oh. It saw me. Did it lose... No, does it still see me? I don't think it sees me. I think I got away. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, that's okay. So if I bring up my character sheet, I've got a few pieces of that equipped. So I got like my Soulnet mantle there. Item level 85, but now it has an imbuement. They didn't have an imbuement before. Imbuement means basically if you spend, I think it's between 500 and 650 soul frost, depending on which item you're particularly getting. Then you can add an extra 5 item levels to it, so it could become level 90, which actually is a really important distinction. I presume the stats go up appropriately, but beyond that, the difference between a level 85 and a level 90 item is that they would have... I'm pretty sure this is right. They would have access to the level 100 runes. Because as it is, a level 85 has the... Am I getting the numbers right? I hope I'm getting the numbers right in this. Level 85 items have access to the level 80 runes, because level 80 runes require a level 70 or higher item. But to put a level 100 rune in requires a level 90 or higher item to be socketed into. So these are like almost as high as they can go without having the next tier up of runes. Which, firstly, means I'm going to have to resocket these entire items again, which is kind of an expense and a pain in the ass. But at the same time, it is nice because all my gear just gets better. So, swings and roundabouts. I don't like having to pay for things, but whatevers. The guy just faded into existence. He looked very spectral. Ethereal. Am I walking down the right way? I want to be heading that way. Oh yeah, end of the peninsula's that way. I was just walking towards the edge of the end there. I want to go through all these crash sites. Well, probably I want to go through the crash sites. Should probably go around the crash sites. Crash sites are full of things that want to eat me. Peeps. Peeps want to eat me. They're not soft candy like many Americans would recognize a peep as. They're more of a horrible mutated thing, really. Part of the plague and whatnot. The entity and their whole corruption and pestilence and swarm and stuffs. It's all pretty gross. Yeah. So we're heading towards this end of the land here. So, what else is new? I suppose what I should mention, I guess, is... is there something I can click on the screen to access it? I guess not. They've moved things so many times. Path log would be what I'm after, yeah. You mentioned there would be new paths. This is a new thing that you can get without currency, so let's have a look at this. So I'm Explorer 30. I've been Explorer 30 since I was like level... I think I talked about this last time, since I was about level 47-ish. I maxed that out before I even hit level cap, and since then, Explorer, there's not been a lot to do. I mean, I can keep finishing things off if I want to be super completionist about it, but there's one group content bit in Blighthaven that I never bothered to do because it requires somebody else going out their way to actually help me kill some big monsters so that I can find one bloody thing to finish a quest. And Algarok is just the other newbie zone that I never really finished, so it involves just backtracking. Everything else is, like, pretty complete. But I don't get any more XP for it, so it's kind of, what's the point, really? It's just one of those things that I will do if I'm bored, I suppose. So I can unlock a new thing, and we talked about this last time. Settlers building a lot of things, soldiers fighting a lot of things. They don't seem like terribly interesting paths to me, whereas the lore nerd in me says, hey, scientist, they can learn all there is to know about Nexus, and you also get a little robot that flies around with you. You get a little robot. So, yeah. I think I want that. Oh, they do have microtransactions attached. Huh. How about that? How many of those currency do I have? I have 103, so that's okay. I could do that. I hadn't clicked on that before. I figured it would just like, hey, you've unlocked the thing. Ah. It uses Omnibits. Now the game, as part of your daily logins, does give you a token amount of Omnibits. Not Omnibits, what are those ones called? They are called service tokens. That's what that currency is. There are so many currencies. Service tokens, yeah. Occasionally it'll be like, here's 10 service tokens. If it's even that many, it might even be like 5 or something. It's like 5 or 10 service tokens. And they're mostly used for like changing cosmetics on your character and stuff. You can like, things that would normally cost you in-game currency, you can like use service tokens instead. If you want to revive where you are after you've died without paying a penalty, you can be like, I'll just pay service tokens instead. But the game, yeah, just gives you an almost trivial amount, but I've gained enough trivial amounts over time that I guess I can afford to do this. And if ever there was something I wanted to use service tokens on, that actually kind of seems like it. So yeah, I'm now a scientist. How about that? I'm now a scientist. I have earned the Laborat title, I guess. Have I? Or am I rank 0? Does it count as rank 0 first? I guess I need to go through and start doing some science. That's a mission I could do. Whether I can be bothered to go through the entire game again to find every science mission or not is a whole nother thing that I probably can't be asked to do. That guy looks big. He's really big. Rage Stone, 5-man party, level 45, although the target will scale to you, so it's effectively level 50. It has very close to 1 million health. I might not fight Rage Stone if that's alright. If it had like 200,000 health or something, I was just about to be like, you know what, I kind of want to kill a big guy. He's probably going to drop something fun, right? No, I probably can't kill a thing with 1 million health that scales to level 50 because I'm level 50 and is designed for 5 people to fight. That's probably not going to happen. I can take down some 2-man boss stuff. I can maybe if I'm really sneaky and clever about it, get away with a 3 with a bit of a grind of a fight. But yeah, 5's probably too much. That's beyond my limit. So, yeah, we're reaching the end of the land. There's this big guy here, but... Oh, he's nearly... Oh, he's not... He's got the same spiky portrait, but he's not the same as the last guy. This guy's just... He's a named mob, which makes me want to kill him anyway. Named mobs kind of like to be stabbed, right? That's what they like. I should probably not be walking. Do I end up walking in combat if I do that? Yeah, I should probably. Wait, no. Remember how to fight. I haven't played this game in like a month. I need to remember how to fight, right? Okay, tag him, and then slice him. Okay, this is... Okay, it's going okay. Although, I realised that at one point... I'm using the Steam version now, by the way, of this game. Because they were supposed to fix a bug that I was having issues with. I am using the Steam version of the game, but, yeah, I don't think I've got my thing configured exactly right, how I like it. What did they give me? Provocateurs, Quadrohelix Cutters. Well, it'd be very nice if I were looking to tank at level 48. No, 46 even. Ah, so item level 48 for 46 player. Ah, cool. Neat. Refined Fusion Rune, which... it's actually kind of cool. Fusion Runes are kind of cool. So you give people a kind of a bubble when you die in PvP. Oh, neat. And a Refined Set Focus Miner is... actually almost worthless. Nope. I think it's worse than that. I think it's worthless. That's a cliff. That is a cliff. I need to get down there. Translocate, safe forge. I mean, jetpack jump would probably work. I'm more... Actually, with jetpack jump, if I can time it right, would save me from all damage. That saves me from 60% of the damage, and it might... It's a long way down. I think we're going to have to jetpack jump it, right? I'm just concerned that if I also think I need a run up. If I don't get a run up, I'm going to dash myself on the rocks at the bottom anyway. I'm not even going to hit the water. Alright, we're going to go for it. Up. Alley-oop. Jetpack jump. Oh, I've got no perception of how far I am from the water. That's not enough. Okay, I'm okay. It didn't kill me. That is something. Right. I thought I was going to take like a massive amount of fall damage. I know you do, or did? Have they removed fall damage when you fall into water? I'm sure you used to. At any rate, yeah, sure. Now we're on our way. We're on our way to... Oh god, there's a current here, isn't there? Oh no. Oh no. We had this problem last night. I didn't think there was a current here. There totally is. I'm being swept away from where I want to be. That's not good. I need to swim against the current. Anyway, yeah, WildStar News, got my new path going on. There's new things in the store. There are lots of Darkspur Cartel things. Evil Black Spiky and Leather is the name of the game there. Evil Black Spiky Leather things. I don't feel like I'm swimming anywhere. I guess I am, but it doesn't feel like I am. This is further than I thought it was going to be. And this is going to become a problem, I think. Jetpack jump. I can maneuver with that. It's okay. It's okay, I've got that. Oh god, the currents underwater feel even worse. Maybe I've just got a frame of reference. Maybe that's what it is. I just need to get to... This is where I'm going to, by the way. That shoreline over there. That's where I need to be. There is a ramp up onto this kind of peninsula. Come on. Jetpack jump. I can make it. You can do this. I'm trying to get to places where I don't think you're supposed to go, in case you don't know my MO around here. I just like to get to places where the games... Oh, well, you clearly are supposed to be able to get to here. You can very easily get to here, but there's just like no content in here, which makes it just a really weird bit of the world for me. I was like, why does this exist? I don't know. So this is why I want to explore it. I want to see it. So, hey, there we go, onto this ramp. There we go, out of the currents. Tidal flows. If you keep going that way, you do reach what I guess is the zone we went to last time, which is Malgrave down here. You kind of come in here, and there's some like stones and stuff in the water, but as I also found out to my detriment, if you go too far, you do like get what I guess in World of Warcraft was fatigue. In here, they're just like, you're gonna die now. I don't think there's really a name for it. In World of Warcraft, it was like, oh, you're swimming too far out, so now you're getting tired and you will drown if you don't go back to shore. In WildStar, they're just like, yeah, no, it's pretty dangerous. give you a couple seconds, and then we're just going to kill you. Boom, you're dead. Okay, back to shore now. You're back on land. Okay. So that's that. We can have a look at the store now. Oh boy, yeah, the store. About this store. The store's breaking these days. Looking on the forums, there's a few people getting this error, and reloading UI actually doesn't fix the problem. That actually resets the problem. The way you do it is you close the store, close the error, and then if you bring up the... it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. There you go. You click on it a few times, eventually you get there, and it actually lets you have the store. That's literally the workaround for that one. I presume Carbine must know about that, because clearly there's a few people have it, and they've talked about it on the forums, but whether they're working on a fix for that or not, I don't know. And all those error pop-ups look like it's like add-on additions and stuff, but no, it always says, oh yeah, this is a Carbine thing, but it's bits of the Carbine thing are broken, which is like, Carbine, you broke your own game. Guys, yeah. There's a weekend sale on, that's the thing that's on. So some of the stuff's cheap, it might not be cheap by tomorrow when this video goes up, I don't know, find out. So if you wanted to buy an expert riding license for real money, for like 5-6 quid, whatever that works out at, thereabouts, you can have that. They haven't reduced the cost of the Omnibits though, that's the thing. Yeah, so most of these sale items are real money reductions in price, not really Omnibit reductions in price. So again, it's there to get you to actually spend some money on the game. What else is new? We've got signature, we've got not signature, featured, we've got obviously cuteness elite, Mookie. I don't know if that's cute. I don't believe that's cute, personally. There's a couple of different options, but I think one's the account bound one. And the hollow wardrobe, they've updated the images for the beachwear, so it's a little bit more attractive and appealing to the salesperson, whatever. Darkspur is what's available now. I kind of dig the hat. Hat's kind of cool. I don't know about the rest of it. Nothing really super grabbing me as crazy unique and standing out from everything else in the game out of that lot. Also, in the same vein as not standing out, I don't know how long these have been in the game. I don't remember having seen these before, but there is now a wedding gown in the game. And they're just kind of weird, and to go with it, a wedding tux. So I guess if characters want to have a sort of a role-play wedding thing, as players do sometimes do, those things are in the game. I guess. There's certainly no functionality for a wedding in the game, I know that much, so it must be for role-playing. That's just very, very strange, because they're still in the same sort of style. It doesn't look like it just still doesn't look like a wedding dress kind of thing. It just looks like, hey, it's slightly white, floral patterned WildStar armor? It looks like a lot of the other armor sets that are armor in the game. So, I don't get those. Oh, furthermore, I should probably open if it breaks again. It didn't break again. Unlocks. What else we got? Oh yeah, Orin Engineer and Chua Warrior. There's a good use of your Omnibits if you're looking to play one of those classes. I thought they were just going to unlock those classes and say, hey, these are things you can do now. No. This is another thing that, yeah, it's through microtransactions in a certain kind of way. Your character boost, skip to level 50. That absolute straight up is a microtransaction. That must cost you a bit of money. I don't know what that 3,900 works out at. I know the base rate is 100 is a pound, but it's one of those deals where if you buy a lot of currency at once, you get more bang for your buck, so it probably doesn't work out at 39 quid for a level 50 character. It's probably a little bit less than that, but how much exactly I haven't done the numbers on. Oh, there's this down here as well, which, again, is actually very affordable in terms of Omnibits for what it is, which basically is skip most of the solo endgame content, and indeed group endgame content, to get straight to raiding. Which is weird because, firstly, they've nerfed that particular quest chain so many times that it's almost unnecessary at this stage, and yeah, also the whole point of it is to train you up. I don't know, maybe it's for characters who, you know, maybe someone's played their character, they've played the game for a long time, and they know how the characters work, and they really can't be bothered with the whole endgame grind stuff. And not to mention, you've got Arcterra out there, which gives you fairly comfortable access to level 85 to 90 gear, which would have you pretty well set for raiding, I do think. And yeah, once you got all that, do you want to bother with all the other stuff? You could just jump straight to raiding, and that is an option. That would always be an option. So yeah, now we're actually, now it actually reckons we're in Malgrave. Yeah, we're here. This is, yeah, there's this, you can see it on the overworld map, the full continental map, as it were. You can see where we are. The continent comes down here. This is all land. This is not part of the area map, Southern Grimvault, no. As he kind of goes, woo, down here is the land. There's this crazy peninsula that shows up on there, and you can walk around it on there, but it doesn't show up on the region map. To the best of my knowledge, there is no content here, because I don't know where it is. This is just uncharted territory. The weird, I mean, we've been in places like that before. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a few odd areas. I've certainly gone out of bounds on more than a few occasions. What's just really weird about this particular chunk of land for me is the fact that it's populated. It's populated with these giant colossi and whatnot. What's the name of them? I can't remember what they're actually called now. There is a term for them. I'll stick with calling them colossi. And then there's all these dawn grazers as well. I know they're called dawn grazers, yeah. So those weird antelope-y thingies. The game's answer to antelopes. So they're all over the place. A bunch of these, some of the big ones will fight you, most of them won't. The colossi will totally fight you. Yeah. That's just really strange that they're all over this spit of land. For, like, no reason. I don't know why they are all over this spit of land. There's no, I've been out here, obviously, in my scouting run to find a route for this episode, and I didn't spot any named mobs out here. You'd kind of maybe think that, oh, maybe there's a really exotic 5-man, 20-man boss sort of perched at the end of this or something. Like there was with that other peninsula, like up, that's where it came from, up there. Like there was up there, you maybe think that there would be a big thing to fight. Nope. Nope. No idea. This whole land exists for no reason. There's no resource nodes. I don't think I spotted any. There's no plants. There's no minerals. There's no relics. There's nothing to gather. If you're into gathering things, but there is a ton of mobs, which I don't get. Also, actually, now it's got me wondering what the heck is the loot table for these guys. If these guys are not in the game, what do they drop? Or they're not supposed to be part of the content. What the heck do they drop? And I need to kill one to find out. Hey there, what do you drop? Yo! I need to change what oh, that died very easily. It dropped nothing, though. There's no press V to vacuum up the loot, because there was no loot. They don't drop anything. It's almost like this area was planned to be in the game, and they sort of began working on it, and then cut it. Just to go, you know what, no, let's not bother. There's enough content in the zone already. We don't need to put more in, but they'd already filled it with mobs, and I guess forgot to take it out or something? I don't know why this sort of area exists. Also, I always keep forgetting to take selfies and things, so I clearly need to be, like, at Land's End here or something. Actually, to be at Land's End is, like, that way, isn't it? But... oh, now I'm wondering, how far that way can I go? I don't know. Oh, with the wall behind me, that's pretty impressive, actually. Yeah. Can we get the wall? Alt-Z / wave. No? Did I type it wrong? Did I? Okay, my interface won't come back. Okay, well that's fun. Uh-oh. What has happened? Let me figure this out. Okay, I think it's working now. Yeah, I got it. I don't know what happened there. A little strange. I got my screenshot anyway. Standing in front of the wall. It's cool. It's a cool wall. It's a pretty cool wall. I need to see if I can get up to it and walk along it now. That is my new mission. I don't think I can get on top of it at any stage. That would be quite the feat. I don't think I've got it in me to do that. I wouldn't mind hunting for a way up, though. There's got to be some kind of steppy stony kind of patterny thing somewhere where I can get up there. Betcha there is. Although I think also if I get too far, it might just go, you're out of bounds. You can't keep going this way. Where are you, crazy? Also, that kind of implies that the wall... this is the wall, isn't it? The wall kind of goes across there. So that's this. The wall is here. Oh, yeah. And then it comes out here. That's the wall. Oh, that's strange. So... that's more just one of the prongs of the wall as opposed to the wall itself. The wall proper runs across there. this is just one of the bits that juts out. I don't know, sort of a what do you call it? There's a term for that. The things that holds. What's the thing that hold walls up? I don't know. Whatever word it is, it eludes me. At any rate, I've been talking for a long time about things that are this game. Let's talk about things that are other games. Let's talk about Rise of Icarus. I still intend to make a 20-hour video of that, but I have been neglecting to play that. I'm working on that. I should be there soon-ish. I, again, would also like to get to level 20. I'm level 17 or 18? What am I on? I might be on 18. I'm not sure now. Regardless, yeah, I want to get there before I'd cover it, because I know they start giving you some cool mounts. They have introduced mount combat and flying mounts before level 20, but everybody seems to be running around on cool mounts at level 20 plus, so I think level 20 is where the game starts getting good. So, gonna hang fire on that before I cover any more of that. It's kind of gone to the point of the game where I'm like, the first 10 hours was like, I didn't really have to force myself to play it too much. The next 20, next 10 even, I've just been like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be up here, there's totally nothing up here. The next 20, why do I keep saying 20? The next 10 is where I'm at. The next 10, yeah, I'm kind of like, I should really sit down and play this. I have to make myself play it, which is not good for an MMO. So, I don't think I would make a 30-hour video. I don't think I would force myself to play another 10 of it. But I will do a 20-hour video. That should be coming some point within the next week-ish or so. I should talk about button mash events, because we haven't talked about one of those in a while. We haven't done one in a while, to be fair, and we've got some new stuff. We have the Bradford Family Film Festival will be coming up on August 13th. If you are in anything like that kind of area of the world, Bradford, West Yorkshire, come down to the Bradford Playhouse on August 13th, and we'll be doing our button mashy thing. They've just asked us to come along and complement the stuff that they'll already be doing. They are going to be showing Short Circuit 2 on the cinema screen, and it will be, to the best of my knowledge, free entry, and there will also be button mash there, so you can play retro games console and watch old sci-fi movies, which is kind of cool. That's a day out for you and all your family in the West Yorkshire area. We also have another event, a proper full button mash event that we're putting on in September. We haven't technically announced this yet, so we should probably start announcing it soon. Now, I've been happy to tell anybody who asks lately about it, so formal announcement going up soon, but consider this some sort of formal announcement. September 24th, that will be. Same venue, Bradford Playhouse. We'll have lots of old school gaming, and some newer school gaming, and some other stuff. And because the theme du jour at the minute of everything has to be Pokemon, it will be Pokemon themed. Look, we've been playing Pokemon Go a lot, and there are 3 Pokestops within reach of the building. So, seriously, I just like, that's probably the best marketing we can do, right? Is just to put lures on all 3 Pokestops all day, and just watch all the nerds in the city come to the building, right? At which point we will trap them in there, charge them an entry fee, and sell them lots of merchandise. That's my plan. And hopefully we'll make some money and everybody will have a good time out of it and won't feel like I've trapped them in the building too much. But, yeah. I figure if we just, like, dress it up as very Pokemon-y and start playing, like, the Pokemon theme outside the front doors, people will be like, ooh, what is this? We have followed the lures and found a whole Pokemon thing. That's crazy. There are massive waves down there. If only we could surf something. If only there's some manner of surfboard in this game. Alas, there is not. There's obviously a hoverboard, but it's not really the same thing. It doesn't really work. I can't surf on a hoverboard. And I think if I were to, I do think if I were to go down there on a hoverboard, it would be like, oh, you're drowning now. I think that's the case. Yeah, we're reaching the end of the land here. At some point there's a very real risk I'm just going to slide off this, and yeah, I think that's about the point at which I'm going to start sliding off this and falling off. So, welcome to the end of the world, everyone. It keeps going a little bit further, I guess, but I can't get up or around that, much though I'd love to. So I guess we start wandering back the way we came. Yeah, a couple more things to talk about, then I'll probably wrap it up somewhere scenic. Speaking of the Pokemons, there was a cool thing happened in Leeds, also nearby. The yesterday, in fact, at time of recordings. Some guy who also does gaming events in the local area. Not that I was familiar with his work, but he decided to just, I guess, put a thing on Facebook and be like, hey, can we just get all the Pokemon Go players in the local area to just meet up in one place in Leeds on one day? Yeah, it turns out you can get like about 1,000 people or so to all hang around 11 Pokestops and 2 gyms in a small area of the dock and all play Pokemon together. And that was a weird, surreal, but very entertaining thing. And everybody who was not there to play Pokemon looked thoroughly confused because there were a lot of very strange characters. In fact, if you go on my Twitter account, there is a picture of one of the local kind of... There's a service in Leeds called the Water Taxi, which is just... It's a boat that takes you up and down kind of the waterways in Leeds. Kind of the canal-ish kind of areas. Is it the canal? I guess it's the canal. I don't think it's a river. There's a river and a canal in the area, and I'm not sure which one it's on. So one of the waterways. And yeah, it's free, and you can just hop in and they will take you up and down the waterways. I don't know how it makes its living or funding. I don't know if it's run by the local council or something, if they put up the funding to make that happen. But either way, yeah, that's a free service. And the guy who was driving the boat was dressed in a Pikachu onesie. There's just this, like, bloke who's in it, must be in his 40s, maybe 50-ish. Just the bloke, stereotypical bloke. In a Pikachu onesie, which was just very, very surreal. And he was driving the boat. He was having a great time, though. He was getting a lot of attention from everybody, and everyone loved it. And once again, anybody who was on the water taxi for reasons other than getting to this meetup was just like, why is the boat driver, the pilot, the captain, why are they wearing a Pikachu onesie? Or indeed, even if, I guess maybe not everyone realized what it was, kind of maybe an element of just, why is he dressed like a weirdo? why is our captain a weirdo? The captain's a weirdo. What's he going to do with this boat? What's happening with this boat? This is a weird boat to be on. Do we want to be on this boat? Can we get a different boat? Yeah. It's a surreal place to be in if you're not familiar with why your captain is Pikachu. So yeah. That happened. Apparently they're going to do more in the future. Again, if you're in the area. I mean, potentially there's probably other people who run them elsewhere. If you have the opportunity to go to anything like that, I would say definitely do, because that was a giggle. That was very entertaining. Got to meet people, got to play Pokemon, got to catch a lot of things, got to get a lot of XP. I leveled up to level 22 in the Pokemon Go's. It was cool. It was great. It was just a good time. In spite of the fact that I was a little bit hungover for the whole thing, it still worked out okay. So, yeah. Nice. Also, someone took the opportunity there to market to us in the best way possible. They I guess, knew they had an audience of nerds and sent everybody out with flyers to do their marketing. Kind of just stopping people like, hi, can I talk to you about our new escape room? And I was like, yes! Yes, you can! Hello, I will listen to your new escape room. Hi, tell me about your new escape room. I'm listening. So apparently around that area there's also a new escape room called Code X going on, Code-X, which is supposed to be like a reversal of the escape room thing, whereas instead of trying to escape the room, there is a room and it has a secret in it. There's a great mystery and you're trying to break into the room because the government's all been very hush-hush about this. It was like, oh, no, nobody must know what's in the room. Nobody's saying what's in the room. The room is mysterious and strange. Nobody knows. No, it's all being covered up. So you have to uncover the mystery. I actually still, to be fair, have never actually done an escape room in my life, but I would really love to. And knowing there's this here, and they're kind of running it as a pop-up thing, which is like, oh yeah, we're only going to be here for August and then we're gone. I'm like, I kind of want to go to that now. So, that'd be pretty cool to do at some stage. Can you get down here? Is this a way down? It has ramp kind of properties to it. Yeah, you can just kind of climb up it, I suppose. It's all just very walkable. Huh. And Huh. Fair enough. It all seems to be connected. It's like... This is definitely not intentional, but... It feels more intentional when there's a ramp up to it. I like the ramp up the side of the waterway there. It's like, why does that exist? That must only exist for people to... You know what I think it is? You know what I think this bit of land is? It's for people who fell off the bloody continent and landed in the water accidentally for whatever reason. They needed a way back onto land for them. So they put this here, and there's a ramp up there, and then you got to sort of ride your way through all these mobs and stuff, and eventually make your way back to the mainland. This is just a road back to civilization for people who are too stupid to stay on the continent. Like me! So, yeah. That's cool. So yeah, escape rooms. Escape rooms are a thing I would dearly love to start exploring more in the near future, because I know there's other ones in the nearby area, and it's not something I've ever done. It's one of those things that's like, you need to marshal people together to make it happen. You have to herd cats. You know what organizing social groups is like. Well, maybe you don't, I don't know, but I'm definitely one of those social groups it's like trying to get YouTubers together to record anything. It's one of those like, yeah, I can make it free on the 3rd Tuesday of this month. Is that okay for you? I'm like, no, it's not. I work Tuesdays. Why do you not work Tuesdays? Why do you have Tuesday off? That's a silly day to have off. And I was like, okay, well, what about you? Well, I can do a week on Wednesday and then every other Friday. It's like, oh god, why? Weekends, guys. Let's just hang out on a weekend like civilized human beings who hang out on weekends. Why does everybody have a weird schedule? Because there's a lot of cool things that we could be going and seeing and doing on weekends. Escape rooms predominantly. I would still really, really dearly love to go to that Crystal Maze one, which I'm sure I talked about at some stage. I must have done. The Crystal Maze one down in London, the queue for that is like 6 months long. So I guess we got a book now for like December? If we can even get in for December at this stage. I'd actually, given the nature of my job, I wouldn't actually be able to do December at all. It'd have to be November or January, frankly. So maybe something else like Codex would be a better option. It also reminds me a lot of the fact that there's also there's a group that do things all over the country called 2.8 Hours Later. They originally started life in Leeds, and they're pretty cool. I went to one of the first ones they ever did. It was pretty awesome. It's zombie survival, in case you couldn't have guessed from the name. They just hire a lot of aspiring actors and extras and stuff, and just dress them up as zombies and dot them around the city, and give you a bunch of objectives, and yeah, you have to run from A to B to C to D and make your way through various objectives throughout the level. It's basically real-life Left 4 Dead, frankly. And they give you little submissions and objectives and things, and I guess they're still doing the rounds, and I think they still come back to Leeds every so often, so that's also a thing I would like to get a group together to do. Although, to be fair, last time I got together with a group of complete strangers, and that was very much the Left 4 Dead experience. That was like, we don't know each other, let's get to know each other whilst being eaten by zombies. That's a thing that human beings do, right? Oh, can you actually get back up or around this way back to the mainland? Maybe my theory about this being a road was wrong. Because the first time I found this land and came out here, I kind of came up around over this hill, but I don't think you can get down that. You can't get back up that way. You can certainly drop down there, but I don't know if you can get back up. I'm not rightly sure now where one goes from here. It does seem like maybe there's a path up there. That's not a path, is it? That's just a rock. Who rightly knows? Who rightly knows? Not I. I guess I'm going to climb this rock and then wrap things up, because I've talked about most of the things I want to talk to you about. As always, if you have topics, comments, questions, things to say about the episode, or mostly if you've got things you want me to talk about next time, do leave them in the comments below. You all don't engage with me on this one anywhere near as much as you used to on Spiral Nights, but that's okay. I will find things to ramble about because I only do these once a month now. So, can I get up this? Come on, I can get up this. I've climbed bigger and badder rocks than you before. Can I get up onto here? Can I get up here? Yeah, I can. Alright. And then I can roll off it like a complete derp. I can get up here. And then I can get onto... Can I get onto here? Yeah, I can. Oh, God, I overshot it. There's no real good way to stop that. Once you're going with the jetpack jump, it's just kind of... All I wanted was to climb a rock. All I ever wanted out of life was to climb a rock. And I can't have it. I'm being denied my rocks. Look, onto this one. And I suppose if I were to jump to lower ground... If I were to stop walking this, actually, it'd probably be damn sight easier. Okay, run, jump, and we're up. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted out of life. Cool. Is that a cool view? Could be a cooler view if I were right on the end. Okay, that's about as good as it's going to get. Up, face away. Turn around. No, face that way, I think. Always good. It's pretty scenic. That's good. Alt Z/wave. Print screen. Cool, thank you very much for watching. I've been Moroka. I will see you next time.